You know, I probably would have gotten this done sooner if I wasn't constantly rewatching the trailer over and over, which made me wonder if I could actually pinpoint where his moves are placed and what they might do. So for a little bit of fun, I decided to give this a shot, and then give some other predictions for what little they're probably worth now. Oh, and Nintendo seems to be going on a bit of a copyright claim patrol again, so I'm left with using screenshots, but I'll also put in a couple of slow-moving parts because it's gonna need it. Let's begin! When going into this, I was thinking the only characters I'm hoping for at this point are Lloyd and Sora, and if it's not them, then I hope it's a completely surprising character. Thank you! Did not expect this. In fact, it really feels like we can't come up with any kind of guidelines at the moment to speculate on, which makes things more fun but difficult to guess. Before any of that though, let's go over the One-Winged Angel's moves and see if we can pinpoint where they're mapped and how they work. A number of these are super easy and the others are just guesses. Aerials are the easiest, up air, down air, and forward air, which apparently if it hits a wall, lets him jump off of it like Corn's side B can do. Now, I had to slow it down for this part, but this is the forward tilt, and this one is the forward smash. It looks like there's not much of a difference, but as you can see, there's a little sparkle when he's about to do it, which normally indicates a smash attack. Up smash is right here, and man, good luck getting through that. And down smash, where he basically impales the ground. Specials had a little rough part, but I'm sure I got this right. Down B is barrier, which looks to be a counter, and I don't know if this is also a reflector. I want to say yes. After all, in the King K. Rool trailer, they didn't show the reflector part of his counter either. Now, this was a bit difficult, but going frame by frame, this multi-hit slash attack is definitely his up B recovery. At the start, there's a little arrow pointing to where you are going, which, yeah, what else could the up B recovery be? There's almost no way you could catch that arrow unless you actually went frame by frame here. The next two are the ones I'm not sure of and their placements, but I'm going out on a limb here. This one is neutral B, and from what I've been told, it's Faraga. I'm hoping I said that right. That's why I think it's neutral B, since those kind of charged up attacks are the neutral ones, which leaves this one as the side B. I'm not sure if this is called Fallen Angel, but apparently it acts like a delayed explosion, much like the Crash Bomber. What I'm not sure of is the range of it and how you can tell if it's connected to someone or not. I've also noticed 2 taunts and a possible third. This one where he turns to the screen or to look at the background, this position, which if I'm not mistaken is a guard position or at least lets him keep his guard up, and right about here, I think it's a taunt, I'm not sure, but your guess is as good as mine. The thing I'm confused the most about is the wing. It's not there all the time, but we really don't know if this is the limit like clouds or what. I was told that the wing is just there for show, but here we can see the wing glow, so it has to have some kind of properties. Oh, and of course, the final smash. Save for Sephiroth. I really can't believe that's the name of it. And it looks like Cloud gets an updated final smash, but it's unknown if it's for his ult or only against Sephiroth. I was kind of hoping that if Cloud ever got some kind of update, we'd finally get English voices, but I guess that's still not happening. The stage. I'm not sure of the name, but I believe this is the final area of Final Fantasy VII, right? I still have yet to put in a lot of hours into Final Fantasy VII, and I have to give special thanks to Threadnought for giving me the names of certain texts, places, and objects in the game. Back to the main topic, it looks more like things are going on in the background instead of interacting with the stage. But is anyone surprised by that at this point? I'll be surprised if it comes with more than 2 tracks, and even more surprised if they actually keep the Advent Children remix of One-Winged Angel. Sometimes they don't give us the songs that are in the trailers. Sometimes, not always, just sometimes. Well, that pretty much covers it for his attacks, so now to cover the other stuff. Do I think he's broken because of his range? Honestly, I still think Min Min with both arms out outclasses him in that department, but for a number of his moves like up smash, that is going to be hard to deal with. Some of those magic attacks look like they leave him wide open, and is it just me, or does he not run? They never showed him running. In fact, it was mostly him walking slowly. I know it's to make him look more intimidating, but they usually show the characters running in their gameplay footage. I was actually starting to wonder if he actually couldn't run to make up for his range. I saw this screenshot and thought maybe it was his dash attack, but those dust clouds come out for movements and not just running animations and attacks. So now I have to ask, what do you guys think? Do you think he might have a poor recovery? He has lots of end lag? Or do you really think he can't run? Which sounds ridiculous, I know, but something has to go to give him that kind of range. What do you think is the way they balanced him? Maybe he can run, but he's now the slowest runner in the game? Just putting ideas out there. Now I want to talk about the trailer itself. First off, King K. Rool is playing dead. I think. I pretty much always start rewatching the trailer at about this point because what's not to like about seeing CGI Banjo-Kazooie and Sonic at the same time? Then the music played and we finally saw Cloud in Smash CGI for the first time, and that felt big. This trailer felt more like a trailer for a movie than a Smash reveal thanks to the music, certain shots with callbacks, and the CGI action going on. It's certainly up there as one of the best trailers, and it deserves to be. I'm so glad this wasn't leaked. I don't think he was on anyone's radar, and we really need more announcements like this, but we only have 3 characters left now, and sure, that's a scary thing to think about, but remember, we were only going to get 1 or 2 more, so these guys are bonuses in my book. So, what other guesses do I have now? Well, to be honest, this one broke me to an extent. A third-party character gets a second character to that franchise as DLC, and it's a villain! And it's not an Echo, or a semi-Echo! I can easily picture Eggman and how it can work now. Might make that video if anyone wants it. Still though, it pretty much puts a number of things into perspective. That perspective is, try not to put too much stock into your guesses, and just try to have fun with it. We used to have guidelines and fan-made rules because they kept us in check most of the time. Well, it's time for that to check out. Anything can happen at this point, who's to say otherwise? Having said that, watch me disregard what I just said by using patterns to try and predict the next wave of Mii Fighter costumes in my pathetic attempt to try and keep Lloyd and maybe Gino from being there. So far, the lowest amount we've had was only 4 Mii costumes from when Hero was released, but they were all new and from the same series. Otherwise, it's either 5 or 6 at a time. In terms of returning Mii costumes, they put 1 or 2, or in the case of Hero, it was 0. Now, it's obvious that we already know 1 returning Mii costume, the Chocobo hat. I think we're all expecting that one since the timing is now perfect. Now, if it's just 1, then Gino and Lloyd are safe. But if it's 2, then yeah, it could be either Gino or Lloyd. Gino sadly makes more sense since that happened last time and Square-Enix and all that. If he's there, then I hope it's an upgraded deluxe Mii costume and hopefully a track or remix to go with him. But if Gino isn't there and Lloyd is, well, something seems fishy here, huh? But why would Lloyd take his place? Well, we had returning fighting costume with fighting character, we had sword user with a sword user, this would be JRPG sword user with a JRPG sword user. Notice I've left out the Monster Hunter costumes? Well, that's because there's technically 2 of them. So basically, what I'm hoping for here is that there's only 1 returning Mii costume this time, which isn't too far out of the realm of possibility, but if there is 2, then it could very likely be one of these 2 to go with Chocobo. But I'm hoping it's just the bird thing by itself, as well as seeing some Final Fantasy Mii costumes, and you cannot tell me that a Tifa Mii Brawler and a Barret Mii Gunner don't make sense. Now, if they break the rule and it's 3 returning costumes, then I hope it's both Monster Hunter costumes with Chocobo. Well, there's just one more thing to bring up before ending this video. What about the Keyblade user? Does Sephiroth hurt his chances? Will he just be a Mii costume now? I'm going to say no to both of those, and here's why. First of all, Sora is still owned by Disney. Under the credits of the companies, it would come up as Disney. They only need to go to Square-Enix and Tetsuya Nomura to see if they're okay with it. And why wouldn't they? You think they would say, we already have Cloud and Sephiroth in Smash, so you can't put Sora in. Why would they say that? There's no reason to. It wouldn't hurt them at all. Second, a Mii costume. I'm pretty sure most of us still remember the 4 conditions for Sora to be in Smash, right? The one from HMK's video on who owns Sora? Well, one of the conditions was it can't be a poor representation of the character. I don't think a Mii costume would be an accurate representation for what Sora can do. Although I can see a cool looking costume in my head, and I'm not in charge, so I can't say 100% for sure. I'm just going off of my intuition that it's pretty much all or nothing at this point for Sora. Okay, I've gotten what I've wanted to say out of my system. We'll see if what I've said still stands next week after Sakurai presents Sephiroth. Not sure if I'll do a Smash Chat or a reaction video for it, But in the meantime, I'm going to be working on that Bomberman moveset video I said I'd do, along with the other ones. So with all that said, I'll see you guys in another video. Later, everyone!